anyone is interested in viewing this later, but we're going to give it just a second while people log in. And thank you for joining us today.
Okay.
So thank you for joining to our March Community Cafe. As you know, March is Disability Awareness Month, and we feel like we've got a great presentation for you all today. And thank you all for being here again. With that, our first speaker today is actually a really good friend of mine, Mr. Chase Stroud, and he will be talking about his role as an ambassador in North Carolina. Chase, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, Jerry. Good morning, everyone. And as Jerry said, my name is Chase Stroud, and I'm from Iredell County. And most of all, I am proud to be a Special Olympics athlete ambassador. And I have competed in several sports over the past 9 years. I've enjoyed learning and participating in basketball, volleyball, tennis, skiing, bocce, cheerleading, and currently powerlifting. I am also honored to serve as a Special Olympics athlete ambassador. Being a Special Olympics athlete ambassador means more to me than just having a title. It means I get to be a leader, a role model, and a voice for athletes like me. And it means I get to speak up and share what Special Olympics really represents, which is courage, determination, friendship, and inclusion. As an ambassador, one of my main responsibilities is speaking at events like this and sharing my story. I talk about what Special Olympics has done for me and for so many other athletes. I help people understand that Special Olympics is not just about competition or winning medals. It is about giving athletes the chance to discover their strengths, believe in themselves, and feel like they truly belong. Especially just helped me grow as an athlete, but even more as a person. I have been blessed to have role models involved with Arnell County Special Olympics, such as my good friend Reese, that have encouraged me to step out and try new things, believe in myself, and have a voice. And now I am very proud to use that voice. Before becoming involved, I was reluctant and afraid to make my feelings and opinions known out loud. Becoming an athlete ambassador changed that. This role has given me the awesome opportunity to face that fear. Every time that I step up to speak, I'm stepping outside my comfort zone. And just like in basketball and other sports, the more I practice, the stronger I become. Basketball has taught me about teamwork. When you step onto the court, you know you're not alone. Your teammates are counting on you, and you're counting on them. You learn how to support each other, communicate, and work together towards the same goal. When our team wins, we win together, and even when we lose, we learn together and come back stronger. Now, tennis is very different. When I'm on the tennis court, it's just me. I have to stay focused, calm, and believe in myself. Tennis has taught me patience and determination. It has taught me that sometimes you make mistakes, but you keep going, keep trying, and you never give up. Through both sports, I've grown not just as an athlete, but also as a person. One of my biggest challenges didn't happen during a game or a match. It happened when I had to stand up and speak in front of large crowds. At first, speaking in front of people made me very nervous. My heart would race and I would worry about what people might think. I wasn't sure if I could do it. But becoming an athlete ambassador gave me the chance to face that challenge. It pushed me to step outside my comfort zone. The first time I spoke to a crowd, I was nervous, but I did it anyway. And the more I practiced, the more confident I became. Just like in basketball or tennis, improvement takes practice. You don't become stronger overnight. You work at it, you keep trying, and little by little, you grow. So, today, standing here speaking to all of you, I realize how far I have come. What used to feel impossible now feels like an opportunity to share my story, represent other athletes, and to help people understand the true power of inclusion. When I speak as an ambassador, I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for the 53,000 athletes in the state of North Carolina who train hard, compete with pride, and show courage every day. I'm helping people see that athletes with intellectual disabilities are capable, talented, determined, and full of potential. We have dreams, goals, and the ability to achieve great things. Special Olympics changed my life in so many different ways. It helped me build confidence, develop leadership skills, and form friendships that will last a lifetime. It has shown me that everyone deserves a chance to shine. And most importantly, it has given me a voice. Now, as an athlete ambassador, I get to use that voice to inspire others, spread the message of inclusion, and remind people that our differences make our community stronger. Being an ambassador means believing in yourself and encouraging others to do the same. It means standing up for respect and opportunity, and also showing the world that courage doesn't just happen on the court or on the field. Sometimes it happens when you stand up in front of a room full of people and tell your story. And today, by speaking to you, I realize that I've already won something bigger than a medal. I have won confidence. Thank y'all for having me this morning.
Chase, thank you so much. Do we have any questions for Chase? So I think while we're waiting for a second, I will say Chase and the group of young men and women here, they not only help and do things in the community discussion wise and talk across the state of North Carolina, they also help train people to be coaches for Special Olympics as well. And that's wonderful. And another thing that Chase left off about his life, and I'm going to brag on him, is Chase is an incredible artist. If you haven't seen his artwork, we're not talking about things that are $5, $10. We're talking about beautiful pottery that is incredibly well done. So be on the lookout for him doing some things like that with that as well. So are there any other, as we get ready to change, is there any questions as we move forward for Chase? All right. Thank you very much, Chase. So
You're welcome.
we're now going to move to our second speaker, and I also consider Reese a friend. Known Reese for 3 or 4 years now, and I've watched him grow and flourish and take on all kinds of challenges across the board. And Reese is going to talk to you a little bit about Special Olympics on, from his perspective. Thank you, Reese.
Thank you, Jerry. Good morning, everyone. My name is Reese Williams, and I am proud to be an athlete with Special Olympics Iredell County. I have also worked at Village Gym Pizza for more than past 7 years. I have enjoyed being involved in my church, studying my family history, and being the favorite uncle to my nephew Coulter. I have been and athlete with Special Olympics for 18 years, and I can honestly tell you it has changed my life. When I first joined Special Olympics, I thought it was about sports, practice, games, maybe a few medals, if you're lucky, but it turned out to be so much more than that. Special Olympics gave me confidence, friendships, and a place where I belong. Most importantly, it gave me my community, and today I train in cheerleading, powerlifting, tennis, basketball, and bowling. So I stay pretty busy. Some people say that's a lot. I just say Special Olympics give me a lot to be a part of, and I'm just working on becoming a multi-sport legend. But no matter the sport, the best part isn't the competition, it's the people, that the coaches who believe in us, the teammates who cheer us on, and families who support us every step of the way. If you don't know much about Special Olympics, let me share a little bit about what we stand for. The mission of Special Olympics is to provide year-round sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities, giving them opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and share gifts with their communities. And I'm standing here today because of that mission. Here in Iredell County, we are doing some amazing things. We currently offer 16 different sports for athletes. Do you know athletes can train and compete in things like skiing, snowboarding, bocce, and unified volleyball, just to name a few. And we are growing. We are especially excited that we recently added gymnastics, and we are working hard to add track and field soon because fairy because fairy athlete deserves the chance to find their sport, the one that makes them feel strong, confident, and proud. Another program that we're really proud of is called Young Athletes. This program for children aged 2 to 7 years old with and without intellectual disabilities. It focuses on basic motor skills like things like running, jumping, and of course balance. But it also about learning to play, learning to share, and learning to be a part of the team. We also we are also thankful for our sportsmanship with Idaho Public Library and Idaho Parks and Recreation for helping us to bring athletes to our community. Because when you start inclusion early, it changes everything. And speaking of community, we are grateful to live in such a generous one. Because of your support, we recently raised over 40,000 at annual Polar Plunge. which was 5,000 more than our goal. This was a big step in reaching our budget needs of more than $100,000 this year to help more than 300 athletes to train and compete. That just that doesn't just happen. That happens because people in this community believe in us. You believe in abilities. You believe in our future. And because of you, we are able to keep growing and reaching more athletes and families. We also have some big goals. We're working toward one of these goals is building a stronger connection with our local law enforcement to grow an active law enforcement torch run. This is an election movement where law enforcement officers carry the flame to raise awareness and funds for Special Olympics. It's powerful, it's inspiring, and we would love to see that grow right here in Iredell County. Another big goal is creating a summer camp for our athletes. We're working to offer 6 weeks of camp, 3 different 2-week seasons for 3 different age groups. This will give athletes more opportunities to train, learn new skills, make new friends, and just have fun. And we could not do this without some incredible partners. We are so grateful for Celine Crabtree, Kelly Saston, and Jerry Campbell for helping make this vision a reality. It takes a committee to build something like this, and we are thankful for every person who says yes to inclusion. Recently, I had the honor of speaking at the Special Olympics North Carolina Law Enforcement Torture State Conference. I got to share my story and talk about how Special Olympics has impacted my life. And I told them the same thing I'll tell you today. Special Olympics doesn't just change the life of an athlete, it changed the life of a family, the coach, and entire community. Because when people see what we can do instead of with what we can't, everything changed. Barriers come down, hearts open up, and people start to believe in each other. So today I want to leave you with this. If you are looking for a place to make a difference, this is it. You can volunteer, you can coach, you can donate, and can cheer us on. Because every athlete deserves a chance to compete, a chance to grow, a chance to be seen, and a chance to shine. Thank you for letting me share my story, and thank you for supporting Specialist Iredell County. Be sure to come and see us today at Jersey Mike's today. Today is Jersey Mike's extending all their sales to Special Olympics.
Thank you, Reese. Does anybody have any questions for Reese? I think Reese also, I don't remember if you said it, but I think Reese, you're also an ambassador as well. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much. And if you're not aware, right now, a lot of different counties across North Carolina, in particular the 15 counties that Partners serves, are getting ready and gearing up for spring games. So take a moment to check that out on the websites for North Carolina Special Olympics to see what's happening near you, to see what opportunities may exist. So with that, we're going to turn and go to our third speaker today, and that is Sophie Funderburk, who will be talking about her career goals in Mitchell College. Thank you so much for being here. And I also consider Sophie a friend as well. Thank you so much, Sophie.
Good morning. My name is Sophie and I am 19 years old. I have Down syndrome, a genetic condition caused by an extra copy of chromosome 21 that can affect learning and development. I am enrolled in the skills program at Mitchell Community College, where I focus on the development essential life skills to support independent living with a minimum assistance in the future. My course work include reading, writing, money management, science, and current events. Science is my favorite subject because I enjoy exploration and learning about the world around me. I I am also an active participant in Special Olympics, competing in bowling, dance, cheerleading, boxing, cheerleading, dance, tennis, and swimming. Although I try skiing, hurt my face and my bottom, it was not a sport I enjoy. This summer, I will be volunteering at the Ronald McDonald's house. On, on my free time, I enjoy creating TikTok videos and painting, taking walks, and photographing nature, including flowers and trees. My favorite food is sushi in Pisces in Mooresville. And I enjoy visiting Starbucks. And thank you.
Sophie, thank you so much. Are there any questions for Sophie? I've had the pleasure of working with these two young men and young lady for a few years now. I definitely suggest check it out, get involved. Um, it'll change your life in a positive way. Um, it's such a great program, and um, thank you all for being here. So our fourth speaker today is Miss Kitty Behringer, and I've had the opportunity to hear Kitty speak before, and it is one of the most powerful stories I've ever heard. So I am going to turn this over to Kitty and let her tell you her story as well. Thank you, Kitty.
Thank you. My name is Kitty Behrens. Sorry, I got these seasonal allergy things going on, so my voice goes high, it goes low. I will like to say that before I get into my story, I worked with Sophie's mom recently at a crisis intervention training. And I keep seeing her feet in and out, and I'm thinking, okay, I know her. Again, my name is Kitty Berringer. I work for the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina. I had a car wreck when I was 24. I had just gotten my RN degree, and the association did not begin until after my car wreck. So there was no support. There was no information about what brain injury was going to be like. It was kind of, I was on my own. My hospitalization was 4 months. One of those, I was in a coma. I had to learn to walk, talk, eat, anything you can think of. I had to do. And the worst thing, and this just shows you how vain I am, they shaved my head. And I was really kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to anybody right now. And yeah, I just kind of withdrew because I didn't know that there was life after brain injury. Kind of like Chase and Reese have both said, and Sophie also, we're people. We just got extra baggage. Is kind of how I see it. Um, this is I don't want to get ahead of myself. When I first started living again, I think after I got over the initial shock of having the car accident, I did not go back to my nursing full time. I did, but I couldn't keep up with the 12-hour shifts. And so I started working with a lady to start a support group in High Point, North Carolina. And that grew into a huge success. We began with like 6 people because we thought we were weird and we couldn't fit in. But the group grew to probably about 20 to 30 people. And when we had Christmas get-togethers, it was almost 100 people that would get together and meet. So it was kind of like a family reunion thing that we were all there, you know, and nobody was injured. We were all injured, but we didn't concentrate on that, which has blessed me a lot to hear Sophie and Chase and Reese also move along beyond our own injuries. And that's one big thing that I want to tell you too about I know this, y'all are calling this Disability Month. Well, it also coincides with the Brain Injury Awareness Month. So this is a really good place to spread the news. We do crisis intervention trainings. I visit rehab hospitals right now, trying to let the person know that they are not their injury, to include them in life and to encourage them to move forward in their life. Just because they're hurt doesn't mean, that they have to completely stop. Tomorrow, for instance, we're doing a mask display at Cone Hospital. And for those of you that don't know, the other association members that I have masks all over the state of North Carolina right now in display. And these masks are an art project so that people can design a mask to express how they feel about brain injury. And I apologize for not having a mask here to show you, but they can be done all over the state by different people. I think we have 400 or 500, and there are other states in the country that also have these things. We have a conference each year. Last year, I led a panel, and prior to that, I spoke at another conference. It may have been a partners conference. I'm not sure. It was down in Charlotte, talking about my recovery. Let's see. We cover all 100 counties. If I didn't tell you that, we go around to different counties doing different things. With it being March, Brain Injury Awareness Month, we're everywhere, doing lots of different things. We're in the hospitals. We're talking to people. I have recently become the survivor advocate for the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina. And as that, I'm here to tell you that I will be your voice. It doesn't matter really who you are or where you are. I want to make people listen to all of us. Currently, I'm trying to get on the Brain Injury Advisory Council, which is I think it's run through the state. I had to fill in a lot of information to get on that, and hopefully change disability laws and disability acceptance throughout the state. I'm trying to think of things. I've got lists here of things to tell you. I'm just really glad to be here. And I want you all that have already spoken to continue in what you're doing. I really feel like we're leading a revolution to make ourselves heard in whatever area of disability we are. And I'm glad to know that I have a team here. Just Reese and Chase and Stephanie are all team members. We're all on the same track. And I just think it's great. I'm really glad that even though I'm like Chase, it's kind of terrifying to everybody, but it does give courage, and it does give a voice to people that can't talk. So I appreciate you all letting me be here. And if you want to find out more about brain injury, we at the Brain Injury Association North Carolina website, please go there. And I'm listed in there as part-time staff, but I have a big mouth. And if I found out, if I can help in any way, I'll be glad to help. And there's so much information there. And I'm saying that mainly because there's more there that I could even tell you about or remember to tell you about. But brain injury is a big thing. There's 6 million of us in the country. There's a chance of someone in North Carolina, of 78,000 people in North Carolina have the chance of having a brain injury. And there are different ways that people have brain injury. It can be a stroke. It can be inside your head. It can be from hits outside your head. And they're all brain injuries, all of them. There's sports. There's there's blast injuries. There's aneurysms. There's heart attacks. Anything that takes oxygen from your brain. And then if you get in a car wreck or a fall and hit your head, those are really problematic. And one thing before I shut up, you may not know that you have a brain injury. I could probably sit here for a long, long time, and Jerry would probably say, Kitty, you never get a chance to talk again, but we could just fall. And we could say, well, I saw stars. Well, you need to go to the doctor and see if they will diagnose you. And if they don't diagnose you, that's where I could come in and speak. This could be a brain injury. This is not, oh, you're fine, go home. It's not that. And I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes. But I do thank you all for listening, and I am wide open to help guide people. I may not know the answers, but I know enough people where I can find the answers. And you all are a good group of answers for me. So I really appreciate you letting me be here and talking with you. And I think that's all I'm going to say, unless I'll have to come back another time and maybe. So I'll be quiet. Thank you for letting me be here.
Kitty, thank you so much. And I don't think anybody here would allow me to not let you continue talking if you have more to say. I mean, you're such an awesome speaker and advocate for not just traumatic brain injury, but also just developmental disabilities in general. And we greatly appreciate it. Are there any questions for Kitty? I see Janet has her hand raised.
Hello, Kitty. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A question. So I'm working with a young man, and he was actually born with part of his brain missing. So would any of the programs that you and resources that you are aware of, would he qualify for any of those things?
I don't know, because they say brain injury after birth.
Okay. Thank you.
But I will say this, there are support groups all over the state. I work with 4, and they are virtual, and we require nothing to just tune in. The groups that I work with, they're called different names, but really they are places for people to talk about their disability if they want to, the doctors that are driving them crazy, or medications. They
Yes,
don't
yes,
have to say a word. We had a man one time, they came to the group. The man could hardly feed himself. He could not walk. He could not talk good. He he basically laid in the bed, but he loved coming to the meetings.
yes,
And we tried to talk with him, and he sometimes he would come back with something and laugh and just cut off, and he just enjoyed the fellowship. And
yes,
so we're just kind of wide open to we try to keep it brain injury survivors, and he would be one because he's lived.
yes.
And further, let me tell you, he was born with some of his brain not there. When I had my wreck, they took out the size of a man's fist out of my head.
Oh my.
And so, yeah, if I can get out there, anybody can.
Well, he's got great desire. He wants to advocate.
Oh, yes.
He wants to
Jan,
advocate. He does want to be a part of. So if I could put my email address, in the chat group, would you be able to let me know when
Yeah.
you guys do those virtual meetings?
Yes.
Sure that he would absolutely love it.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Does he live in a certain area? Because the support groups everywhere.
Yes, he lives in the Taylorsville area.
Oh, Lord, that's close to me. That's where they found that huge emerald
Yeah, yes,
up there, near somewhere in there.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I'll put my email in the chat too. Okay.
and Janet, will you
yeah,
please put your email in? Beth Brooks with our member engagement program. If you'll put it in there, she'll grab that and she'll contact you, because if that was existing at birth, there may be something she can share information and help
Yeah.
link you as well.
awesome. Thank you.
So just
Thank
put your
you
email in the
very
chat.
much.
Thank you. Are there other questions for Kitty? Beth, I see you have your hand up.
I see you have your hand up too.
So I wanted to thank everybody for sharing your stories. I am not going to be on camera because I have cried all my makeup off. Being so proud of our athletes, and so not sharing my face today. But I did want to share some information that I thought might be helpful. There is going to be an IDD legislative caucus in Raleigh. So that's inviting people who need to advocate for services and for their families. And so that is going to be in Raleigh on April 29th. Registration deadline is April 22nd, but I sent Jerry the email. I have registered and I will be attending and advocating, and so I just wanted to share that with you all, to go advocate for our members, our families, and support this, the funding for our services. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and thank you all for sharing your stories again. That was very brave of everybody, and I'm so proud. So anyway, thank you so much. Jerry, please send that out to the participants.
All right, I will. Are there any other questions for Kitty or anyone that's still on? I don't know if we have anyone else still on. I think they may have already had to jump off and run. But are there any other questions or thoughts? I do have a question while you're thinking about it, Kitty. If an organization wanted to bring the mask program to their area, because I think that's an incredibly powerful thing to see. Who would we contact, or is that just something I can email you offline? And because I'd love to try to bring that to the partners area.
There is a person. I think, yeah, there is. And her name is Erica Davis. And I'm looking for her.
That's okay. I've got your email contact, and you and I can chat offline off that.
Yeah.
And can look for that, because I think that would be something very powerful to bring to the partners area for people to.
Right. And let me on that note too, Jerry. I was just involved in the National Aphasia Association. And a lot of times aphasia is a part of someone that has a stroke with their talking, either listening, hearing, or expressing. And so I've got some slides. I think I've got the slides that I'll try to send to you. But Erica Davis at the Brain Injury Association is the one that kind of coordinates all that stuff.
All right, thank you very much. I did put the calendar for BEONC as well as the BEONC website in the chat box. I did also put the Iredell County Special Olympics Facebook page in there. I'm sure Bobby Williams is more than happy to talk with any of you that want to expand your programs to your counties and give you some insight on how to start having weightlifting and volleyball and other sports that you may not have been doing, and bring those in. She's not going to do it for you because Iredell won't let her go, but give you some advice on how to make it work. She could help on that. So before we close out, are there any questions as we get ready to close? All right. With that, I'm going to hand it to Amani to talk about our April Cafe real quick. And I want to say thank you again for being here today. We will place this up on our YouTube site. Usually takes about 3 weeks before we can get it up, give or take. But if you're wanting it, please feel free to view it again. And with that, I'll hand it off to Amani.
Thank you, Jerry. And I just wanted to say, just with today's cafe, there were resources shared, experiences shared, connections made, and that is what the purpose of Community Cafe is for. So just thank you all again for just attending this amazing Community Cafe this morning. Our next Community Cafe will be April 22nd. It's always the fourth Wednesday, and we will be talking about family resources. So we hope to see you then, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.